Chevrolet Tahoe is a full-size SUV that has been in production since 1994. Here's a brief history of the Tahoe. Early years, 1990s. The Chevrolet Tahoe was first introduced in 1994 as a 1995 model. It was designed to replace the Chevrolet Blazer and was based on the Chevrolet Silverado pickup truck platform. The first-generation Tahoe was available with a 5.7-liter V8 engine and a 4-speed automatic transmission. First generation, 1995 to 2000. The first-generation Tahoe was produced from 1995 to 2000. During this time, the Tahoe underwent several updates, including the addition of a more powerful 5.7-liter V8 engine and a new interior design. Second generation, 2000 to 2006. The second-generation Tahoe was introduced in 2000 and was produced until 2006. This generation saw significant updates, including a new frame, suspension, and interior design. The Tahoe also received a new 5.3-liter V8 engine and a 4-speed automatic transmission. Third generation, 2007 to 2014. The third-generation Tahoe was introduced in 2007 and was produced until 2014. This generation saw significant updates, including a new exterior design, a more powerful 5.3-liter V8 engine, and a 6-speed automatic transmission. Fourth generation, 2015 to 2020. The fourth-generation Tahoe was introduced in 2015 and was produced until 2020. This generation saw significant updates, including a new exterior design, a more powerful 5.3-liter V8 engine, and an 8-speed automatic transmission. Fifth generation, 2021 present. The fifth-generation Tahoe was introduced in 2021 and is currently in production. This generation sees significant updates, including a new exterior design, a more powerful 5.3-liter V8 engine, and a 10-speed automatic transmission. The Tahoe also features a new independent rear suspension and a more luxurious interior. Throughout its history, the Chevrolet Tahoe has been known for its durability, reliability, and versatility. It has been a popular choice for families, outdoor enthusiasts, and law enforcement agencies. The Volkswagen ID. Buzz is an electric minivan produced by the German automaker Volkswagen. Here's a brief history of the ID. Buzz, concept and development, 2017 to 2020. In 2017, Volkswagen unveiled the ID. Buzz concept at the North American International Auto Show in Detroit. The concept was inspired by the classic Volkswagen bus and was designed to showcase the company's electric vehicle, EV, technology. In 2018, Volkswagen confirmed that the ID. Buzz would enter production in 2022. During the development phase, Volkswagen worked on refining the design, improving the range and efficiency of the EV powertrain, and integrating advanced technology features. Production and launch, 2022 present. In March 2022, Volkswagen unveiled the production version of the ID. Buzz at the Commercial Vehicle Show in Hanover, Germany. The ID. Buzz went on sale in Europe in September 2022, with prices starting at around €43,000, approximately $48,000. In the United States, the ID. Buzz is expected to arrive in 2025, with pricing and specifications to be announced closer to the launch date. Design and features. The ID. Buzz features a retro-inspired design, with a nod to the classic Volkswagen bus. The minivan has a spacious interior, with seating for up to 7 passengers and a cargo capacity of up to 1,121 liters, 39.6 cubic feet. The ID. Buzz is equipped with a range of advanced technology features, including a 12-inch touchscreen display, navigation, and a suite of safety features. Powertrain and range. The ID. Buzz is powered by a single electric motor, producing 204 horsepower and 229 lb-ft of torque. The minivan has a range of up to 342 miles, 550 kilometers, on a single charge, based on the WLTP test cycle. Future plans. Volkswagen plans to expand the ID. Buzz lineup with additional variants, including a longer wheelbase version and a campervan conversion. The company also aims to offer a range of trim levels and options, including a sporty ID. Buzz GTX model. The concept and birth, 1950s to 1960s. The Chevrolet Corvette was first introduced in 1953 as a concept car at the General Motors Motorama display. The Corvette was designed to be a lightweight, two-seat sports car with a powerful engine. The Corvette was named after a small, fast naval ship called the USS Corvette, which was used during World War II. The Corvette's design was inspired by the Jaguar XK120 and the Ferrari 166mm. The first generation, C1, 1953 to 1962. The first generation Corvette, also known as the C1, was produced from 1953 to 1962. The C1 Corvette was powered by a 3.9-liter inline-six engine that produced 150 horsepower. In 1955, Chevrolet introduced the V8 engine option for the Corvette, which increased the horsepower to 195. The C1 Corvette also featured a 3-speed manual transmission and a live rear axle. The second generation, C2, 1963 to 1967. The second generation Corvette, also known as the C2, was produced from 1963 to 1967. The C2 Corvette was designed by Larry Shinoda and featured a distinctive Stingray design. The C2 Corvette was powered by a range of engines, including a 5.4-liter V8 that produced 360 horsepower. The C2 Corvette also featured a 4-speed manual transmission and a live rear axle. The third generation, C3, 1968 to 1982. The third generation Corvette, also known as the C3, was produced from 1968 to 1982. The C3 Corvette was designed by Larry Shinoda and featured a more aggressive and angular design. The C3 Corvette was powered by a range of engines, including a 7.0-liter V8 that produced 460 horsepower. The C3 Corvette also featured a 4-speed manual transmission and a live rear axle. The fourth generation, C4, 1984 to 1996. The fourth generation Corvette, also known as the C4, was produced from 1984 to 1996. The C4 Corvette was designed by Jerry Palmer and featured a more aerodynamic and futuristic design. The C4 Corvette was powered by a range of engines, including a 5.7-liter V8 that produced 250 horsepower. The C4 Corvette also featured a 6-speed manual transmission and a live rear axle. The fifth generation, C5, 1997 to 2004. The fifth generation Corvette, also known as the C5, was produced from 1997 to 2004. The C5 Corvette was designed by John Cafaro and featured a more aggressive and angular design. The C5 Corvette was powered by a range of engines, including a 5.7-liter V8 that produced 350 horsepower. The C5 Corvette also featured a 6-speed manual transmission and a live rear axle. The sixth generation, C6, 2005 to 2013. The sixth generation Corvette, also known as the C6, was produced from 2005 to 2013. The C6 Corvette was designed by Tom Peters and featured a more aggressive and angular design. The C6 Corvette was powered by a range of engines, including a 6.2-liter V8 that produced 430 horsepower. The C6 Corvette also featured a 6-speed manual transmission and a live rear axle. The seventh generation, C7, 2014 to 2019. The seventh generation Corvette, also known as the C7, was produced from 2014 to 2019. The C7 Corvette was designed by Kirk Benyon and featured a more aggressive and angular design. The C7 Corvette was powered by a range of engines, including a 6.2-liter V8 that produced 460 horsepower. The C7 Corvette also featured a 7-speed manual transmission and a live rear axle. The 8th generation, C8, 2020 present. The 8th generation Corvette, also known as the C8, was unveiled in 2019 and went into production in 2020. The C8 Corvette was designed by Josh Holder and features a mid-engine design. The C8 Corvette is powered by a range of engines, including a 6.2-liter V8 that produces 460 horsepower. The C8 Corvette also features an 8-speed dual-clutch transmission and a live rear axle. The Corvette Zora. The Corvette Zora is a high-performance version of the Corvette, named after Zora Arkus-Duntov, the father of the Corvette. The Corvette Zora features a range of upgrades, including a more powerful engine, improved suspension, and unique styling cues. The Corvette Zora has been produced in various forms over the years, including the C6 Corvette ZR1 and the C7 Corvette Z06. The latest Corvette Zora is the C8 Corvette Z06, which features a 5.5-liter Concept and development, 1980s. In the early 1980s, Mazda began exploring the idea of creating a lightweight, rear-wheel drive sports car. The project was led by Mazda's then-president, Kenichi Yamamoto, and a team of engineers and designers. The team drew inspiration from classic British roadsters, such as the MGB and the Triumph Spitfire. They also looked at contemporary sports cars, like the Toyota MR2 and the Honda CRX, first generation, NA, 1989-1997. The Mazda MX-5 Miata was unveiled at the 1989 Chicago Auto Show. The Miata was designed to be a lightweight, rear-wheel drive sports car that would evoke the spirit of classic British roadsters. The first-generation Miata was powered by a 1.6-liter inline-4 engine that produced 116 horsepower. The engine was paired with a 5-speed manual transmission and a limited-slip differential. The Miata was an instant success, praised for its agile handling, rev-happy engine, and affordable price. It quickly became a favorite among driving enthusiasts and car critics. Second generation, NB, 1998-2005. The second-generation Miata was introduced in 1998. The new Miata featured a more aggressive design, a more powerful engine, and improved handling. The NB Miata was powered by a 1.8-liter inline-4 engine that produced 128 horsepower. The engine was paired with a 5-speed manual transmission and a limited-slip differential. The NB Miata also featured a number of improvements over the first-generation model, including a more rigid chassis, improved brakes, and a revised suspension. Third generation, NC, 2005-2015. The third-generation Miata was introduced in 2005. The NC Miata featured a more angular design, a more powerful engine, and improved handling. The NC Miata was powered by a 2.0-liter inline-4 engine that produced 167 horsepower. The engine was paired with a 6-speed manual transmission and a limited-slip differential. The NC Miata also featured a number of improvements over the second-generation model, including a more rigid chassis, improved brakes, and a revised suspension. Fourth generation, ND, 2015-2025. The fourth-generation Miata was introduced in 2015. The ND Miata featured a more aggressive design, a more powerful engine, and improved handling. The ND Miata was powered by a 2.0-liter inline-4 engine that produced 155 horsepower. The engine was paired with a 6-speed manual transmission and a limited-slip differential. The ND Miata also featured a number of improvements over the third-generation model, including a more rigid chassis, improved brakes, and a revised suspension. 2025 Mazda MX-5 Miata. The 2025 Mazda MX-5 Miata is expected to feature a range of updates, including a revised exterior design with a more aggressive front bumper and new LED headlights, a more powerful engine, possibly a 2.5-liter turbocharged inline-4 that produces over 250 horsepower, improved handling and suspension, possibly with the addition of adaptive dampers, a range of new safety features, including adaptive cruise control and lane departure warning, a revised interior design with new materials and technologies, possibly including a new infotainment system and digital instrument cluster. Volvo has a rich history in the automotive industry, but when it comes to pickup trucks, the story is a bit more complex. Here's a brief overview. Volvo's early years, 1927–1950s. Volvo was founded in 1927 in Gothenburg, Sweden. Initially, the company focused on producing passenger cars, but it soon expanded its product line to include trucks and buses. Volvo Trucks, 1950s to 1970s. In the 1950s, Volvo began to develop its truck business, introducing the Volvo L495 Titan in 1951. This was followed by the Volvo F88 in 1965, which became a popular choice for long-haul trucking. Volvo Pickup Trucks, 1970s to 1990s. Although Volvo never produced a dedicated pickup truck, the company did offer a range of trucks with pickup-style bodies. One example is the Volvo C202, which was introduced in the 1970s and featured a pickup-style body on a truck chassis. Volvo's partnership with Mitsubishi, 1990s to 2000s. In the 1990s, Volvo partnered with Mitsubishi to produce a range of trucks, including the Volvo FE, which featured a pickup-style body. However, this partnership was short-lived, and Volvo eventually sold its truck business to Renault in 2001. Volvo's return to the truck market, 2010's present. In 2010, Volvo re-entered the truck market with the introduction of the Volvo FE Hybrid. Although this truck was not a pickup, it marked Volvo's return to the commercial vehicle market. Volvo's electric truck plans, 2020's present. In recent years, Volvo has announced plans to expand its electric truck offerings. While there is no dedicated pickup truck in the works, Volvo's electric truck plans could potentially lead to the development of an electric pickup truck in the future. In summary, while Volvo has a rich history in the automotive industry, the company has never produced a dedicated pickup truck. However, Volvo's experience in the truck market and its plans for electric trucks could potentially lead to the development of a pickup truck in the future.